Hey everyone, Joey here with another update on my epic journey to get out of $200,000 in debt. It's been about a week since I've posted, but it's been a long week of just working, just grinding. I had to go away for something, and now I am back. I'm about to ship out some of our orders, but before I do that, I just wanted to take this moment right now to just shoot a quick video and just update you guys on what has been going on this past week and how my business is growing. It's been a slower month. April has been a slower month, and I think it's partly my fault because of just not prepping enough during winter. So we've just seen a slower growth. We are still growing, which is awesome, and it's just a blessing, but we are seeing a much slower growth this month, and I think it has to do with not prepping during winter time. Obviously I needed to prep during winter time for the spring products, and then same goes for prepping for summer products, which I am already doing, and then eventually around September, making sure all items go into both Amazon and having enough inventory in my warehouse for Christmas sales. But it's definitely it has definitely been a slower month, but at the same time, it's not going to push me down or anything. Speaking of pushing me down, I just wanted to quickly take some time to just talk about this thing that happened. So I sent, last time I told you guys that I sent pallets into Amazon, and unfortunately 3 of the pallets, so one of the orders that I sent in was rejected by Amazon, and it came back to me, and I was so sad because we were out of inventory, and this new pallet, or 3 pallets of inventory that we were sending in, had to go in order for sales to keep up. But not only did we run out of inventory, the pallets were rejected and brought back and delivered back to my warehouse. And the reasoning was that one of the boxes, or a couple of the boxes that I used, had a hazmat sign. Essentially, it's saying that there was a combustible inside. Now the products, those weren't the products that were inside the box, but what happened was I used the wrong box, and because Amazon didn't, well, it was kind of weird because Amazon knew exactly what was coming because I tell them exactly what's in each box. But I guess they have some kind of miscommunication between the security at the gate, as well as whoever has access to the information that I provided of what's inside the boxes. So just because of the box alone, all 3 pallets were rejected. Now only 1 pallet had the hazmat box, but because it was all under one shipping plan, the entire plan or order got rejected, meaning all 3 pallets came back to me, which was insane because it was about $300 one way shipping the pallets in, and then it was another $300 back, and then I had to take time and take all the goods out of the box that wasn't hazmated, and then put it into just a plain brown box, and then ship it back in, which was another $300. So not only did I miss out on sales from running out of inventory, the shipping alone cost me about $1,000, as well as the time it took to open up the pallet again, pretty much, because every pallet the boxes are taped up. It's stickered with the Amazon the products are stickered with the barcodes, but the box itself is also stickered with a destination code, which also has a barcode. And then it's all wrapped up in a plastic wrapping, and on the outside, the shipping plan barcode is put on top of that. So I had to redo all of that, which took about 2 days, which was a nightmare. But it was done, it's sent in, and it's finally selling again, all my products. But that's also a reason why this month might have been a bit slower. We did miss out on a good chunk of days. Out of panic, what I did was I opened up my pallets that were returned to me, and took out a couple of the products that we were out of inventory in, and just shoved it into a brown box and FedExed it in so that it would get in 2 days and then be ready to sell in about 3 or 4 days. So so I didn't lose sales on like the entire 2 weeks or anything, but I did lose sales for about a week, which was pretty crucial. But things happen, and now I know that I'll never make the mistake of using a box that has a warning on it, or some kind of hazmat or combustible warning on it. I should have known, I feel like, but I just thought, since I reported to Amazon exactly what products I'm sending, it really wouldn't matter, since if it was a combustible item, they wouldn't let me ship it in the first place. But another high note is that as your Amazon account gets older and older and ages, and you have more sales and experience under your belt, Amazon opens up different things. I was invited to participate in a hazmat program where I'm allowed to send in hazmat goods now, which might be combustibles or any kind of flammable stuff. But I haven't exactly sent those in yet. I'm seeing what I want to send in, what I don't, and figuring that out. But it's been a learning experience, and that's one thing that has always been a part of business is you can't think of losses as just losses, because that will just put you down. What you do is you take losses and you treat it as an experience, a learning experience, and you learn from them and never make those mistakes again. For example, this whole shipping thing. I lost about $1,000 just in that time, and that's not including the sales I lost out on. But the way I consider it is I paid a $1,000 lesson, essentially. I paid for a class which cost me $1,000, and it has taught me not to do this. Now, you guys might joke around saying that's one expensive lesson. It's yes, absolutely, it is a one expensive lesson. But I always think of it in a way where, let's say this was only 3 pallets, but as I grow, I'm gonna send more and more pallets in at a single time. And let's say I send in a whole truckload, and I sent the whole truck in, but let's say I had never experienced this before, so one of my boxes had a hazmat warning on it. And if my entire truck got rejected, that would be a much more expensive lesson. And in my mind, paying $1,000 for 3 pallets and a couple of days of sales that I missed out on to prevent a future catastrophe, I think it is well worth it. And I take it in with humbleness and with great value, because it's a lesson that can scale into a much wider area. So that's how I see it. Now, was I angry and really just pissed off about it? At one point, yeah. Initially, when it came back and I saw that it was just 1 pallet that had like 3 or 4 boxes of the hazmat warning, and was the reason for the rejection of all 3 pallets. Yeah, I was a little angry, but it didn't last very long, because what's being angry going to do? Is that going to change anything? It's better to just, it happens. Business happens. Things go on fire. Things don't go the way you expect. In fact, things almost never go the way you expect. Succeeding in business is all about maneuvering your way through all these little obstacles, these events that pop up, these unexpected things. But that's how I treated this. It was another unexpected thing, and it came back. It was another obstacle. We had to figure it out. I figured it out. Put extra work and hours into it, because it was a mistake, and now I know I will never make that mistake again. And if I do, then that's on me at that point. And hopefully it will never happen, and I'm gonna do everything in my power so that it doesn't happen again. Yeah, maybe in the future an employee, let's say, doesn't realize that and does the exact same mistake I did, then that's another lesson for me, of how I would treat it, as that's my fault for not telling my employee exactly what the rules were. So these are little lessons that I'm picking up along the way, and this $1,000 lesson was something I wanted to share and just show that it's not all easy going. Yes, profit is good. Yes, revenue is good. And I am growing at a rate which is actually kind of ridiculous with just thinking about what I started with. The rate is ridiculous, but at the same time, it's nowhere near enough to, let's say, support a team or pay a team a full-time salary or anything like that. And that's where I'm trying to get to, where I could have a team under me, where I could experiment with different types of business models, different products, and just try different ideas. My brother and I have a lot of ideas that we want to do, but to support each idea, there's a cost and a risk. So that's what we're trying to build our cash flow to, so that we can try all these different things and also have a team under us, so that we don't need to worry about these products of reordering or just sending it into Amazon, because this is just a system that we've set up, and it is a system that we can teach someone and just hire someone for in the future. So that's what we're aiming for. That's where my life is right now. It's been an awesome week and an awesome month. Yes, a bit slower, but still awesome nonetheless. And I am just so excited to just keep on going and just really build up my cash flow, build up my profits, so that I could just tackle this debt alone. Another thing was, I figured out that I potentially might be able to apply for a loan consolidation, even though I didn't graduate. I don't know if I'd be approved or not, but it says that there's a good chance I could be. But as of right now, I decided not to do it, because even though my interest rate would get decreased significantly, I would have to start paying a monthly fee at like this month, and that would cost me about a little less than $4,000 a month, and that's not something I want to do, because I know that I could flip $4,000 in a month so much faster than just paying my loan off. So again, it's that snowball effect. I'm growing that snowball, but when I'm ready to pay it off, it would be a great idea if I could just consolidate it, and then right before I get ready to pay it off, so that I save some money on interest and then just kill it and tackle it. But that's where I'm at. Thank you guys so much for watching and following me on this journey. I really appreciate all the support. It's a huge boost for me, just seeing that you guys are following me along this journey. And thank you guys again, and I will catch you with another update. Bye.